Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You have made the right choice. You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about her. Sarah was my daughter.
What? But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say. Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
I've been given to understand that you have a difficult relationship with your father. Isn't that right?
Let's just say we don't see things the same way. I ended up finding out that there's a world outside the rules he has imposed on us.
It seems you find yourself in the same position that you've placed men. You were told what to do, what to think, and you found it unbearable. Imagine if humanity finds out you secretly direct them. How do you think they'd react?
Your analogy is not without substance. But that's where it ends. Man's main flaw is his willingness to forget and to make the same errors time and again. He can't help it. He is mortal. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce. What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives, as they really are, without any moral judgment.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today we are wasting too much time.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the Cultural Revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are. I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
You're going to use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes. You're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaggi had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaggi's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right. I'll take care of it.
They want me to enter the Pope. Payback for all those altar boys. How many of these coins do I have? I don't think I have all the coins. Maybe.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
What do you have, Monsieur van Vulner?
The signs of obscurantism. President George Washington.
Let's see what he has to say.
George Washington.
So I got most of that stuff in the bookshelves. Let's see where I need to go. That's where I always mess up and take the wrong path. Maybe I didn't.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Let's see what you got, Piaggi.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence. I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lands.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people. You are searching for another holy grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
Insolence? Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambition.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
I've done it. I've done it. Damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started.
Ah,
Let's
crap.
see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I
Dear
have no
Slim.
means to validate my forgery, so I
Piaggi.
better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
My dear Giuseppe, as my health does not allow me to honor Sir Holmes' invitation to go to Lord Mortimer's, I shall be grateful if he would sit at the conference on my behalf. Naturally, you will have to give thanks to your host. Consolidate our agreements with Sir Gregory and let him know that his venture regarding Cardinal Bishop Caramonti, I'm so far away, is following its course. I have every confidence in you. May God bless you and protect you. S.S. Giovanni Angelo Grasacci. P.S. Do not use your personal stamp when writing to me. Instead, use the one with my motto on it. 1221 GF. Ugh. My dear Giuseppe, I know you are on your way to Lord Mortimer's residence. I hope you have a good trip. Even though you are obliged to cross the French countryside at present, very agitated. Know that this mission is crucial, my friend. May God bless you and protect you. S.S. Giovanni, 117. Which was that? Okay, so the first letter choose the contents of the letter.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Oh.
It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote. There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793. In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
What the heck? A through E. Okay, maybe something happened. Where's he getting EH from? Okay, EH is...
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So his would be 1792. Where does he get F and J from? HB. GH. So it really shouldn't be, the last letter shouldn't change. It's still 1793, so here none of that should really change. EH, where's he getting EH from? I'm gonna fail this. Don't.
Today the date is 24/01/1793. 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 Today is the 24/01/1793.
Unsure about this code. So, let me just think this out. Okay, so 17. 17 is... Is that E? Could H be 1? I'm trying to think. I don't think the HBCF should change because that's got to be the year. And so, okay, so H and B, but there's no. So who's J? Is J a 3? It looks like J's a 3. But at the top it has a. So today's date is 24-1. So let me stupid. Oh my god, why is it so hard to see? Wish you could zoom in on his hand. Alright, so what? Maybe there's no 12 on this board, so I don't see where he's getting G. Okay, so where's G? G and J. Between G and J, where's J? I don't get where you get 12 from. Is that a 3? A 34 next to the I, or 31? Is it division? I'll pull up my calculator. That is not. idea what the fuck. That's okay. J, G, G. So G has got to be 1. Alright, G has got to be 1. H, 7. F. F is 9. F is 9. 2 is J. Okay. So hold on. So what is 0? 0A. Okay, so 0. God, this is gonna try and.
Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Okay, so there's already a 2, so the J should be the second letter. Right?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Oh, but the bottom number has it. Why does it have H as a 1? I don't get that. Wait. 17... Today's date is 24/1/1793. Where... I put J. I put J because I thought that would be a 2. Following some weird JG, JH, FJ. Like it seems to be following some pattern I don't understand. So, this is stupid. Why would AJ be 24? A is 24, okay? That's just... Where did I get J from? J is 3. No. Is there a single 4 on there? No. 0, 2.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
The day is not translated. Okay, so if the day is not translated, then it's month and year. But even...
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So... one is the fucking... Where is there 0 on here? I'm gonna go crazy because I can barely see his palm. Oh my god. F. So A is 24. So the date is 24. Okay, so that's A. And then the month is 1. Yeah, 01. So is there an 01 on here? Is F1? Like, I don't...
Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Does that mean 24 F? There's another one, so would that make it another F?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
I'm fucked. So, 7 would be next. Is there a 7 on the board? There's a 7. No, that's a 17. So it goes through J. A, B, C, D. Okay, 17 is E. Okay, 17 is E. Alright, so since here's how I got the 1 from the F, because it goes by the next number would be 1, right? So that means if F was 1, boom, boom, F, F, and we need 7, 17, so can that be a C? And then H would be 1. This puzzle is stupid hard.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
So now there's got to be a 9. So K9 is F on that one, C on this one. But that would be different for me. Is it maybe it's the plus? No, because that would be 23. 17, yeah, plus 9 would be 23. 24 plus. Is that 31 or 34? It's 31. That wouldn't be plus 9. None of these are plus 9. So that can't be it. The only thing I can get
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Alright, let me look at one of their codes and try and figure this crap out. So 31. See, on the top one, how the fuck did he get 31 should be I, but he got G, so maybe it's one below it. And where's J? J is 3. Oh, maybe it's individual numbers. So G is 1. Okay. So G G. C. 24. 24. I put A because it's an A. Did I fuck that up? No. E. Why did he put E? Where's E on here? Oh, because E is 17. So, that's how okay, so E is 17 on his, so A would be the first one for me. Seeing as A is the first, F would be 1, so that would bring 2 Fs. And then, let's see, 7. 7 would be C. I feel like that part's right. Here's where it's getting me. It's the 9 and the 3. The 9 and the 3. Okay. I mean, solve E, so E for him was 17. So H is 1. H again is 1. So, 7. Why would that 7 be B? Let me try his G. So G would be 31. J would be 1. So it goes by the mix corresponding. Would be first, F would be 1, F again because there's another 1, C would be the corresponding to that, alright, so it's the 7, what would that be? So if C was 1, then that means 7 has to be H.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
That means F is 17, C is 1, H is 7. Cool. Maybe 3. So F was 1. 3 would be G.
Today is the 24/01/1793.
I don't know if I'm doing that right because I'm putting on the wheel. You know, so for I, I'm moving the 3 up to F, and the 1 down. No, the 3 down to G, and the 1 to I. And stupid. I think that's right. It's probably... Oh. He said not to use his stamp, right? Read for center. I should not be good. Please do not use your personal stamp in writing to me. Instead, use the one with my motto on it. Okay. With his motto.
This seal is different to the one Piaggi used for the letter he gave me. Yes, I'm certain of it. On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
You bitch.
Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now.
So it's not that one, because that was Piaggi's letter to Mom.
Giustizia, misericordia e umiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages.
So it's not the one on the right, because that's the one is the letter we had before. So he said not to use his stamper. Let's see about the stamp on the left. Okay.
Now, I distinctly remember this seal that Piaggi used on the letter he gave me. This isn't the same stamp. A circle with a cross inside.
So it's one of these two.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it. It must be in Latin.
That didn't help at all. I think it's this one.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini. This seal is different to the one Piaggi used for the letter he gave me. Yes, I'm certain of it. Now, I distinctly remember this seal that Piaggi used on the letter he gave me. This isn't the same stamp. A circle with a cross inside.
It has to be his, he said his motto. This is the only one with the motto. Oh. This sucks.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
The cross is not a motto. just make sure.
Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now.
Not this one. Okay, definitely not this one.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
It's the only one with the motto.
Your Eminence, all ready to send...
What's he doing here?
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi? The old goat is going to drop us. It's a lousy turncoat. Well, he'd better not tell me he just fell asleep.
Oh, so it's not to say the bottom two.
Calm down now. Monsieur de Richet came to see me because he was having anxiety attacks and wanted something to help him relax. I'm afraid I've been a little heavy-handed.
You can say that again.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is, and there he stays. It's the perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
What is this guy weak to?
Committing a crime in my room is out of the question. Think, it will all be on our heads. No doubt about it. I refuse to run the risk.
Right.
Monsieur von Von, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
He is capable of reporting me to Sir Gregory. I'm really risking my neck here. He is capable of reporting me to Sir Gregory. I'm really risking my neck here.
I can't use that one. Oh. Two blunders, so.
If you commit a murder, I will report you directly to King Frederick.
I fear nothing, imbecile. The king is my friend. He will never believe you.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel.
Very well, Piaggi, you win.
I refuse to let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back into my body. Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
This guy loves to sweep. What? Oh, in the dining room. Would help to read, yeah. question me about the spear. Like, at all. I don't know if they realize I have it, or I have a fake one so no one gives a crap. I wonder if it lets me go outside. It does. So maybe I can break. Maybe I have a key now to. Or maybe we could pick the lock. It's at the start of the game. There was two ways you could go. Up to the manor, and then right that led you to this like locked area. And I went this way, but I could not get in. I guess I cannot get in now. That's bogus.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Can I not bust that gate down now? Guess not. Thought I could.
Great. Honey. Duke Manuel.
Monsieur Bonaparte stood me up. Would you believe it?
Ah, the French.
So tell me, what can I do for you?
Earlier, you mentioned the arrival of a certain Al-Chief.
No, Al-Asif. I spoke to you about a certain Al-Asif.
Oh, sorry. I got mixed up. Al-Azif, then.
Al-Asif. It's not really all that difficult to remember. I wonder what role he is to have in all of this. It should not be long before we find out. According to Sir Gregory, he will be arriving just before the conference starts.
I'm sorry to have troubled you. I'll be leaving now.
Perfect! I was going up to my room anyway. See you later.
So, Holmes has planned something to do with the Al-Azif just before the next conference.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit that the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Not much else to say, other than I've already developed a taste for it.
Delighted to hear it. Bear in mind that you will discover many new things by going from body to body.
Is it possible to go from one body to another several times?
With practice, yes. Some of us have become masters in the art of bouncing from one body to another, to the extent that they can't be found. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes, for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
You came here to warn me, sir.
No, to advise you.
Advise me against my father. Why?
I think you are capable of deciding for...
You haven't answered my question. Why warn me against my father? What are you afraid he will do to me?
Well, I wouldn't want him to lead you into... I don't know what absurd adventure in which...
You act as though I were in danger.
I agree with Louis, Gregory. You're trying to pass me off as a villain about to devour him.
That's not funny, William. I won't let him follow you.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human? It's useless trying to resist my true nature. I'm a demon. May as well accept it. The sooner the better. Even if I continue to live as a human, all my friends and acquaintances will inevitably end up dying. And I'll be left on my own. Forever. I am a demon and I have to behave like one. The sooner, the better.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
Oh, they're gonna ask me.
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
So as of right now, we have me, Washington, just changed Piaggi, Napoleon. So that would leave Von Volner, Elizabeth, and Peru. No, not Peru. Whatever that guy. That guy. Manuel.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance?
Oh.
You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is?
You. My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
I didn't feel anything. But I don't understand. There should have been an alternate path. There should have been the alternate path of going with home. Oh, wow. Done with this one. One more to go.